Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Hi, I'm here for the devotion. May your Christmas sparkle with moments of love, laughter, and goodwill. And may the year ahead be full of contentment and joy.
It's a marshmallow world in the winter, when the snow comes to cover the ground. It's the time for play, it's a whipped cream day. I wait for it the whole year round. Those are marshmallow clouds being friendly in the arms of the evergreen trees.
Good morning and welcome to Pandemic Pantry, and this is our Christmas edition. I'm really happy to be with you today. My name is Kate Wheaton and I'm the Director of Hospitality at First Methodist in Montgomery. A little bit different today. I find myself in the kitchen alone, so I have my trusty snowman to my side, and we were going to talk a little bit about how to make a sumptuous Christmas treat. Something that you can enjoy, something that's very on trend right now, and something that maybe you want to share with your family. So here they are in front of me. Don't they look amazing? These are hot chocolate bombs. We've got a white chocolate, we've got a green, like the Grinch, chocolate bomb, and then a dark chocolate. So let me show you how we got there. So let's just move these to one side. So I actually, it's in the refrigerator. Here we go. Purchased one of these. So this is what you need. It's a silicone hot chocolate bomb mold. It's really it's about a 2-inch circle. And on this side, we have ones that I've prepared earlier to show you, but right now I'm just going to show you how we got there. So we have some dark chocolate that we've melted in the microwave, and a spoon, just a small teaspoon seems to work the best. So be generous and plop it in, and then really just take a second to work that round. It sticks well to the mold. You don't have to be too neat because I'm going to show you a trick on how to make them perfectly round. But just make sure that you've covered the bottom. And then again, let's do that on this side. This is just semi-sweet chocolate. Obviously you can use the white chocolate. We added a little of the pandan that we have used in other recipes. Just a little green coloring that has just a neat taste to it. So we enjoy that. You could color your chocolate pink. Again, we have used this before, the pink pitaya, the dragon fruit coloring, which comes in a powder. You just stir a few spoonfuls of that into your white chocolate before you make the bomb. So round it goes to fill. And then if you can give it a second, and then you can go back in with a second coat. But I've been pretty generous with that first coat. A tiny hole at the bottom. So there we go. Let's just take that round. And so as you can see, that is now full. So you slide it into the refrigerator, probably for about 10 minutes or so. And look, you simply peel them off. And you have your hot chocolate hearts. So let's take those out. I've got 4 ready, so I can show you 2 bombs. Okay, so I'm just going to slip that back in the refrigerator. Okay, so now you've got your little halves. And then you're going to want to fill them with hot chocolate. So this is a Silly Cow hot chocolate mix. This one you add milk to make it. So I'm going to use some of that. I have some holiday sprinkles. You could use any kind of sprinkles. I have, these are peppermint sprinkles. Look, that are in here. You could also use chocolate chips. You could do butterscotch flavor. You can buy white chocolate. I think you can even get like an eggnog hot chocolate mix. So whatever flavoring takes your fancy. And then just pick something fun to go with it. We've got little little white marshmallows. I think they make frozen marshmallows. I know I've got some Christmas tree marshmallows over here, which are fun. Anything that's just going to fit inside your shell. And then obviously the ultimate goal is we're going to put them together, and then they're going to pop open as they melt and become your hot chocolate. So to glue them together, which is the next step, I have found the easiest way is just a little pan of warm water, and then I've put a plate on the top of it, so my plate is nice and warm. So get your bits and pieces ready. My hot chocolate, gosh, it's running out a little bit. You have to dig down in there to get some, but okay. And I hope you can all see the Christmas drama. We're having a little llama drama in the kitchen today, just to add to that Christmas fun. So, okay, the edges of your bomb will be, not smooth, quite probably. This one is a better example of it being a bit knobbly. But don't worry about it. So you put it down on the warm plate and it starts to melt instantly. So that's doing two things. That's giving you a smooth edge, and it's kind of forming the glue that you're going to need to put them together. I am going to, as I have a practiced eye, I've made quite a few. Put about 2 teaspoons, I think it suggests, 2 teaspoons plus a lump into here. Now this one, I think we're going to do the mint chocolate. So a couple of scoops of the mint chocolate. I'm going to pop my big green marshmallow in there. As I say, he's a little Christmas tree, plus a few little ones around the edge. And then just for a little bit of extra fun, you can put some sprinkles in. So then you take your other hot chocolate piece, do the same thing, hold it onto the plate, twist and swirl, just for a second, and then you can glue the 2 pieces together like that. And then just taking your finger, you can run it around the edge. Wow. So how fabulous is that? So that's our hot chocolate bomb. Okay, and I am going to come in here one-handedly, hopefully, and show you what that looks like again. So there's our chocolate. Gosh. We are going to spread it round. Whoa. Harder than you might think to do it through a camera lens. Here we go. Here it comes. You see? Just enough to cover the inside. Okay. See, so not perfect, but perfect enough. And then here's the 2 that are beginning to set that we did before. And now I'm going to show you close up what we did to stick them together. So here's the completed one. And here is what you do to stick it together. So we've got our pan of water with a little plate on the top. And we don't want to worry too much about these rough edges because they're going to just melt away, literally. So we hold it over the warm plate and just rotate it slightly, and it will melt the edge, and it will also provide us with the glue. So once you've done that, set that little chap down there, we're going to fill it. So we are going to tip in some hot chocolate mix. Whoop. And it goes about 2 tablespoons. And then to this delicious little one, we are going to add a spoonful of peppermint chunks, a little flurry of marshmallows, and a sprinkle of sprinkles, or that's what I call them. I don't have a translator today. And then I'm rotating this one again to make the glue, and we are just going to stick it together like so. I hope you can all see that. It definitely is a trickier business filming yourself doing this. Very good. And then just sliding my fingers around the edge to make sure that it's complete. And there he is, our second hot chocolate bomb. So now the trick's going to be to go and melt some white chocolate, and I'll be right back to show you what we do with that. Okay, so there's our first one. So now we're just going to do one more so that you can see that process again. So here's my little hot chocolate molds. I'm going to hold them over that hot water just for a second to melt the edge. Whoop. There we go. Tip in our hot chocolate mix. Nothing quite says hot chocolate like Christmas. Or is it the other way around? Nothing says Christmas like hot chocolate. I really like peppermint in mine, but perhaps not everybody does. So I have some pink marshmallows this time. We're going to pop some pink marshmallows in there, just with our hot chocolate mix, more of a simple one this time. And then again, take our hot chocolate other side. Give it a second on there to stick, and then stick it over the top. And then you can just wipe your finger around to make a seal. And of course you've got a little bit of extra chocolate. I've got a teeny little hole there. I'm just going to cover that up with a little bit of extra chocolate. Well, there we go. All right, so now we're ready to decorate. So let's move these things to one side. So cozy in the kitchen today. It's very cold outside, beautifully bright and sunny, but chilly, the perfect weather. So here we go, 1, 2, 3 little happies. And we're going to use some of the white chocolate to go on the top. So, a good tip, which I have failed to do myself, is to try and remember which is which, because it's fun making them, and then I can't remember what's what. But I do believe this time these two are hot chocolate with peppermint, and this is just a regular hot chocolate. So I want to do my peppermint ones. This is white chocolate. These are actually the Ghirardelli white chocolate melts, and I'm just going to drizzle. Let's get a little plate to go underneath there. Probably baking parchment would be good, but this will work. So little plate underneath, and then get your white chocolate and just zig, zig, zig over the top. Just like when we've made chocolate strawberries. Oh, so good. One more time, drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. If you can all see that. And then I'm just going to go back with my little hot chocolate, with my little sprinkles over the top. So now we know that that is a peppermint hot chocolate bomb. Oh. And then let's use up a little bit of this green into our hot chocolate. You could use hot chocolate melts, candy melts. Oh. All right, oh, look at that. That is a lovely green color. Can you see that? Very festive and fun. So I think we could just cunningly put that chap there. And make sure the hot chocolate, make sure this isn't very hot, because obviously if you drizzle hot chocolate over your bomb, it's going to melt. So be mindful of that. And then just drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Do that twice. Oh, splodge. There's not really a wrong way to do it. And then we're going to take some of these little holiday sprinkles and just stick them on the top. So those will sit happily in your refrigerator for several days. So you can make those ahead of Christmas Eve. What a fun Christmas Eve treat those would be. We thought you can make a hot chocolate charcuterie board is actually something that's very popular at the moment. This is not quite a hot chocolate charcuterie board, but it will give you some ideas. So what a fun thing to come home from your Christmas Eve service, of which we have plenty this year, So I hope you'll look online and find a time that you can sign up to come and celebrate the season with your family. And look, we're just going to load our little hot chocolate bombs into this dish. And then of course, if you want to give them as a gift, or even if you've got a group and you just don't want people's hands on them, you can go ahead and put your little hot chocolate bomb in a pretty cellophane bag, tie it with a ribbon, that works too, then everybody can just take their own and make their hot chocolate that way. But they're very pretty just to set out. This one I've got a little star on the top. Then we've got marshmallows, we've got candy canes, you could put whipped cream, shredded coconut, this hot chocolate sauce, the sky's the limit. We've got 2 super fun mugs. And so now I'm going to take a minute and warm some milk and then come back and enjoy hot chocolate with you. Right, so I'm zooming in here so that you can see how this works. So there is my hot chocolate bowl. I've gone for the white hot chocolate bowl. Look at that, nestled in the bottom of my cup. I have some warm milk that I just heated. So let's see how we do. There's the milk. Look at that. It is spinning. And hopefully it's about to pop, just like we wanted. I'm going to nudge it with my candy cane. Oh, look at that. There it goes. All of that lovely chocolatey goodness this one has got. Ooh, I can feel the little mints and the marshmallows. Let me give it a mix up. I cannot wait to enjoy that. So while I enjoy this, it's over to Adrian. Cheers.
The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold.
Merry Christmas, Kate. We are together apart, as Kate said this year, and it's a weird year, but we're still going to try to have a Merry Christmas. And so here I am, Adrienne Borden, Director of 50 Plus Ministries, to show you how to do some DIY cookie jars this season. So the fun thing about these cookie jars is that you can reuse an old cookie jar, or you can do it in a bag like this. And it's an easy DIY gift that's meaningful, and you can tie a little spatula on there or whatever you want to do to add your own little flair with a ribbon. And I'm going to enclose a printable recipe for you so that when people get this gift, they know exactly what to do. So obviously we're not going to put eggs in this jar, but the ingredients stack up and they're so pretty, and it's a really fun gift idea. This is for cookie jar recipe 1, and these are the butterscotch pecan shortbread cookie mixes. You'll notice here that I have a big bowl of flour and I have a jar, and that's just a recipe for disaster. So you may want to have a funnel that has a wider mouth than this so that you can get the flour into the jar and have it stack nicely. So let's just see how this goes. Oh, I'm already nervous. I'm gonna make a big mess. It'll be really messy, but that's okay, because that's what it's all about in 2020. The other fun thing about these cookie jars is that you can do this with kids. Especially, we did this with the bags when we were practicing, and the only thing I will say is that with the bags, you want to make sure your layers look really nice. I'm making a mess at Christmas time, 'cause that's what I do best. Come on. I'll be back.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Ooh, ooh.
gonna do a little cleanup on aisle 1. Okay, we're back, and I've gotten the flour into the jar. I mean, what kind of Christmas would we have if you didn't get to see Adrian struggle to do something that Kate could have done 100% better and faster? So the next ingredient is a ½ cup of packed brown sugar. This shouldn't be nearly as hard to get in there, but of course, mark my words. I'm just gonna loosen this up just a little bit so that it can give me a good layer. And you see, we dropped a little dollop in there. One thing that Kate pointed out to me is that you wanna play to your strengths on these jars. Once you get your layers in the jar, you want to make a big mess. That's like number 1, obviously, in my tutorial. You want to play to the outsides. So you want to make sure these layers look nice on the edges so that when you're building up your cookie jar, it looks really nice. Yeah, look at that. So you can make like a little, scoop out a little bowl in the middle so that you have a nice layers. Okay, then we're gonna do a ½ cup of granulated sugar. And that should lay on top of your brown sugar nicely. And we can see that nice layer. That's exactly what you want. Yay. With the bags, it's a lot harder to get a distinct layer that you can see, you know? All right, just doing a little stacking as I go. Then we have a third cup of chopped toasted pecans. Now I like pecans, Kate does not, and so if I were giving this to her as a gift, I would substitute something different. Dried fruit is a good option. She kept trying to get me to put cranberries in here. So next, and this is the less standard ingredient, we have 1 4-serving size package of butterscotch instant pudding and pie filling mix. So that one's not gonna have as distinctive of a layer. I really don't have enough to work with here. I think I got the wrong kind because it's sugar-free, but it is what it is. And this is the crowning glory of this cookie, the butterscotch flavor pieces. So we've got 1 cup, and look, that's barely enough room to fit all these. It's gonna look so good in the jar. Look at that. And then you close it up, tie it with a bow, and then you put your little printable recipe that I've made for you on there, and that is just a perfect gift for your friends. All right, so that's jar 1. That's the butterscotch pecan shortbread cookie mix. And here is what it looks like when you cook it. It makes a sweet little treat, and it really does that. That shortbread is really yummy, and people love shortbread, so I hope that you'll make this. So I'll be back with cookie 2. Okay, now it is time for cookie number 2. This is the oatmeal peanut butter cup cookies. The first ingredient is 1 1/4 cups of rolled oats. Much easier. Then we're gonna do 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I have also added ½ teaspoon of baking powder and 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda into my flour. I want to make sure we get good layers. The next ingredient is going to be ½ cup of packed brown sugar. Look at those layers. Then we're going to do 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Come on, sugar. Sugar, sugar, do, 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 do. Oh, honey, honey. Here we go. Okay. Then we have our baking powder and our baking soda. That's when those would go in. Now we're gonna do 1/2 cup of coarsely chopped dry roasted peanuts. We top up the jar with 1 cup of miniature chocolate covered peanut butter cups halved. I'm going to run out of room in my jar, so hopefully your jar is bigger than mine. And if you have to, you can say, I ran out of room. You need to add 1/2 cup more of peanut butters. Oops. And that is cookie jar number 2. Those are the oatmeal peanut butter cup cookies. Yummy. And now it's time for cookie number 3, cowboy cookie mix in a jar. We start out with 1 1/3 cups of rolled oats. Then we add 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. We want to make sure we like our layers. 1/2 cup of white sugar. 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm running out of room again. 1 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour. And as you can see, you're gonna need bigger jars than this. But after you get that flour added in, then you add in a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and you've got your cowboy cookie mix in a jar. Yeehaw! I do hope that this gives you some good ideas for Christmas gifts this year. The DIY cookie jar is fun to put together, and it's fun to bake when you receive it. Like I said, you can even tie a ribbon and attach a little message to your friend, a recipe that I've included in the printable instructions on the Facebook page. And you can include a little spatula, something fun to tie on there. I always like to tie bells onto my Christmas gifts. So I like to put a little jingle on my gifts each year. And I hope that you can enjoy putting together some cookie jars for your friends.
Well, thank you all for joining us for Pandemic Pantry. I have my hot chocolate right here. I cannot wait to drink it. I hope that you will all try making these pretty hot chocolate bombs. It looks delicious. I can't wait to enjoy it. Cheers, Adrian. Merry Christmas to everyone. And thank you for watching Pandemic Pantry. And we hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Whatever is beautiful, whatever is meaningful, whatever brings you happiness, may it be yours this Christmas season and throughout the coming year of 2021. Merry Christmas and lots of love from us at Pandemic Pantry to you and your family.
Happy holiday, happy holiday, while the merry bells keep ringing, happy holiday to you. It's the holiday season and Santa Claus is coming round. The Christmas snow is white on the ground. When old Santa gets into town, he'll be coming down the chimney down, coming down the chimney down. It's the holiday